Hello, today we are going to work on doing a friendly Google search. For my example, I am going to be considering the topic of children watching too much TV. So I could go ahead and do what we are all used to doing and type into Google, children too much television. I can see the results I will get from this simple Google search. Right away, I see that I have a website called kidshealth.org, WebMD, a newspaper from the United Kingdom, Daily Mail, Forbes.com, and a website called ScaryMommy.com. Now, we could delve into each of those sources, or we could think a little bit more about the language that we are using. Maybe, instead of television, I want to say screen time. Right away, these are better results. So I encourage you to use many different terms. This is a good time to have a thesaurus handy. Keep a piece of notebook paper or another window pulled up where you can take notes of the terms that you're using. For example, we can tell that screen time should be 2 words, not 1. While that won't change my results too much, it will slightly change my Google search and give me some good results as well. We could think about narrowing down what I mean when I say children. Are we interested in elementary students? Or perhaps I'm interested in early childhood education and children under the age of 5. Play around with all of those different searches and see what results you get. To go back to my search, I will just continue to use children and screen time. Now, how can we decide which sources are going to be the best for this assignment? One thing you could do is click here where it says Search Tools, look at all results, and look at results maybe from the past month or the past year. I'm going to limit my results to the past year. We could look at if these results are sorted by relevance or date. That will depend on your topic. Some of these topics are changing very quickly, or the conversations around these topics are changing very quickly. If that is the case, you might want to sort by date instead of relevant. And then you can scroll down and see what type of results we're getting. Here we are getting recent results from the New York Times from within the past 6 months. One good way to decide if it is a good source for you or not is to do what is called the CRAP test. We can look at things like, is this information timely? When was it posted or published? Is it out of date? Also pay attention within your website to, are the links functional? Or does it look like no one has updated this website in some time? Is this information relevant to your search? Authority is a very big clue whether or not this will be a credible or a good source for your topic. Who is the author and publisher? What are their credentials? Why should we listen to them? If you're unsure about a specific organization, just pull up another tab and spend a minute Googling that organization or look it up in Wikipedia. Look for accuracy. How reliable is this information? Does it match what you have read in other sources? And last of all, make sure and look at purpose. Is there bias that you can tell immediately either from the source or from the content within the source? Once again, we're looking at currency or timeliness, relevance, authority of both the author and publisher, accuracy, how reliable is this information, and purpose, the reason this information exists. When you scroll through your results, you'll be able to tell if this is a good source. For example, the New York Times. That is a well-regarded newspaper and would be considered a credible source. Another place where you can find some great information is a professional association. If you're unsure of how to find that, just spend a minute looking it up. For my topic, do children watch too much television, or how many hours of screen time are children watching or getting, I could look up the American Association of Pediatricians, or immediately the American Academy of Pediatrics. Within that, I could look up screen time. And here you will see information like this. A study shows small screen in children's bedrooms can harm sleep. And we get a short summary of this study. A few other places to go for some easy, credible sources is through the Front Range Library. When you click on frontrange.edu, you can look at campuses and then libraries. Here, you can see that for other library resources, you will be directed to your link in D2L. However, we have some online sources that you can find in the left hand of the screen. Click on that. And these are sources that the librarians have gathered for your use. For example, statistics, medical reference. These are places that students often have a hard time finding specific pieces of information. So I encourage you to look through these links. Last of all, make sure and ask a librarian if you have any questions.